Pretty much right before I turned 30, I had this huge pressure of I gotta make a down payment. I need to get a 9 to 5 job because that's the only way I knew how and be in this grind. So I worked my way up, got a corporate job, using the skill of content creation, living in Vancouver, one of the most expensive cities in the world. And then you kind of lose it all, right? I thought that, hey, I have a home and a wife. By the time I'm 30, I'll have a kid. And then you realize this pressure of, hey, none of the way it worked was supposed to work out. And I ended up getting super sick, COVID, and I just felt so behind in life compared to the people around me, right? Compared to, oh, they're working up the corporate ladder. They just, mom and dad just helped them with their first down payment. They just bought their first house. And I'm like over here being like 30 years old and be like, should I save up money and do that too? So that's what I did, right? I played it safe, played it super safe until you realize having a corporate job isn't necessarily always the safest thing to do. And I worked for 2 years for a pretty big media company, social media company, and then you get fired. And then COVID gets you, your girlfriend breaks up with you, and I just felt like a failure. I felt like I failed really bad, especially growing up in one of the most expensive cities in the world. I came from immigrant parents, and my immigrant parents sacrificed everything, all right? They didn't have friends. They focused on work. No Christmas, no birthdays, no celebrations. We didn't go anywhere. Our celebration was McDonald's. And that's why I pretty much inherited this nonstop work ethic that no matter what, I'm gonna work. But as you get older, you realize, hey, just because you work hard doesn't mean the world owes you anything. Just because you work super hard, you sacrifice everything, doesn't mean life will be easy. And that's what I learned from my parents. Because when I grew up, I wanted nothing to do with my parents. I thought that, oh, they didn't understand me. But there was this inkling to go to Vietnam, right? This inkling to be like, maybe I should go. But I always kept it on the back of my mind in terms of maybe I should go, maybe not. But I always played around with it. In my corporate job, I'd tell my coworkers, I'm gonna take some PTO and then I'll go to Vietnam. And it wasn't until I lost every damn thing, my health, my wealth, all these aspirations of I'm gonna have a house one day. I need to grind it out because Vancouver is so not only clicky, but hard to make something of yourself. And that is when in 2024 of last year, I sold my car, didn't take any jobs anymore. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this content creation thing. And fast forward a year later, you're asking me, oh, Peter, you're so complaining all the time. You're so depressed. I'm less depressed now. Like, I've been depressed, I've been diagnosed since I was like 14, 15 years old. And it's something that I've always dealt with. And as a guy and online, it's taboo to talk about. I've done it all, medication, talk therapy. But I just felt like my life was so purposeless. It didn't have any meaning except to just work a 9 to 5 job and just be in this damn rat race. And fast forward a year later, I moved to Vietnam, and 2 weeks before I did the move, I started posting social media again because that was one of my biggest dreams, to go and make social media content. And guess what happened? I went viral a bit, I'm not like famous, but people started to know me. People started to know my face. I walked down the beach the other day and someone was like, they DM me and they're like, hey, I saw you walking on the beach, my guy. I'm like, even out here in Da Nang, I got ops, fam. I got ops. And I was like, able to change my life within a year. I completely changed it. I went from this isolated person who didn't talk to anybody, didn't have much friends, right? Everyone was busy working in Vancouver, to be like, I want to do this content thing. And I met people hundreds of people that watched my videos, that messed with me in a good way. And people to this day reach out to me now. I used to be the person that would reach out to them and be like, hey, I like your stuff. Hopefully I can go to Vietnam one day. Now I'm that guy. Crazy. And although I didn't become a millionaire by doing content and coming here, I was in Vancouver a really depressed kid who grew up with poor immigrant parents that didn't really enjoy life. And I always felt guilty of doing something for me. And when I was trying to do content in Vancouver, it's not very a good creative scene. People are like, oh, you're gonna regret moving to Vietnam. I couldn't get where I'm at right now if I didn't go to Vietnam and make content about who I am and this whole journey. What separates me from all those other creators who make content about being in Vietnam is I'm Vietnamese. Bitch. No, I'm kidding, but I'm not trying to sell you a tour. I'm not trying to sell you Vietnam. I'm selling you on I was able to completely save my own life because I hit the most rock bottom that I could hit. And I hope if you're watching this, you too can also change your life. You can be like, I had enough of this shit. I'm so fed up. And that moment, that is when you're able to change. That's when you do the craziest thing you always wanted to do, even if no one believes in you. Because look where I'm at now. I'm at a freaking beach in Da Nang, in Vietnam. No way in a year can I expect this from happening. I just knew that I like telling stories. I like talking to the camera. I've been doing this for a long time. How do I take it a little bit more serious? And coming to Vietnam changed everything. I'm about to be 33 in 2 months at the posting of this video. Although I'm like, I don't have the picket white fence, the beautiful wife, the 2 kids, I'm a lot more happier. And because of Vietnam, the cost of living, you're able to stretch your dollar because you realize in Vancouver, I was always grinding, always hustling. I don't have time to like take a step back and be like, what is that I really want in my life? And that comes with a place of privilege. And because of Vietnam, it gave me that chance to do that. So is Vietnam gonna save your life? Is Vietnam going to change, magically change? No. I've seen people just come here, be broke AF and be like, I'm still broke AF and I don't know what to do. Come here with a plan, have some purpose, or figure your purpose along the way. And if I was able to inspire you and change my life within a year and a half, then what's your excuse? If you want to move out to Vietnam, take it seriously. Link in the description below. Get my Vietnam survival guide. All the logistic nightmare that you need to know, from visas, tickets, not getting scammed in accommodation, because that's one of the easiest scams. The only scam you got to worry about is pretty much housing. Everyone gets like scammed at that point. But coming to Vietnam really made me understand my parents more on a whole nother level. Made me love myself a lot more. And I was able to like swoop out of the damn matrix, you know, just for a bit. And be like, wow, if I didn't come to Vietnam, I would still be in that damn rat race mode, going out once every 2 weeks because dinner is 150, 160 bucks for 2 people. In Vietnam, I go out every day. I haven't cooked in like a year, guys. But that's the beauty of purchasing power. And it's like, if you have privileges, use it. And it's almost like I was able to crack the system a bit and live a whole nother life that I wouldn't be able to live if I was back in Vancouver, being that depressed kid who just complained all the time and being like, why is my life so hard? Now I'm in Vietnam doing the same thing, but I'm in Vietnam. It's something I always wanted to do. Whether I stay here forever, who knows? But I feel like I'm on the path that I need to be. A lot more things I want to talk about, but I hope that my yapping was able to inspire you, or maybe annoy you, but ask yourself why. I'm just some kid from Vancouver, Canada, 33 years old, the eldest of my family, had all these responsibilities to be like, I gotta figure this out. I gotta retire my parents. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. But then I realized, what if I just sit with that guilt for a long time and just put 1 to 2 to 3 years just for myself and see what I can do? I'm still trying to figure it out. My next video might be in Canada. Who knows? But I've come this far. And if you're still watching this, you know how far I've come because I've documented every single step of the journey, from getting sick to getting a job. And one of the biggest things I realized is I just worked another full-time job in Vietnam. I'm exhausted. I'm burnt out. I just broke up with my girlfriend. A very toxic relationship. I'm like, wait, the same thing in Vietnam is happening to me in Vancouver or in Vietnam. Same thing happened to me in Vancouver. The same thing that's happened to me in Vietnam. Because wherever you go, there you are. And it's like a lot of life is about mindset. It's about mindset thing. And just because the place is cheap or affordable, because you can use purchasing power of your own dollar, doesn't mean that you'll be happy. It comes within. And that's what I'm also trying to put across to this video. Coming here won't save your life. You need to save your life. I've seen too many people, talk to too many people. It's like, hey, I want to do what you do. I want to move to Vietnam. I want to be a content creator. It's a lot harder than you think. And if you don't figure yourself out, and if you can't quote unquote make it in your home country, Vietnam is going to be tough. You might have a little bit more stretch your dollar, but it's going to be just as tough. This year has been so much growth. And here's to the next chapter, whatever that may be. My name is Peter. You're watching Broke the Habit. I'm just documenting my journey. It's going to rain, guys. Oh, God. It's going to rain. But every damn day, it's like I'm complaining and miserable. And it's like I'm just working for the money. You know, like, you would think it would be my dream job or something related and a step in the right direction, but until you actually put yourself in my shoes and understand the environment that I'm in, it's toxic. And the more I'm in here, the more I realize that, you know, this isn't for me. And it makes me, like, I knew that quote or that kind of cliche saying, if I were to die tomorrow, what would I do? I would go damn to Vietnam and live and travel and do the things that makes me happy instead of try to make other people happy. Yeah. February 1st, 2018.